Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the JFS podcast. This one is a special one, not like one of Weather's ones, because they're rubbish. This is a proper one because it's the JFS Meetup podcast. We've got loads of people here. Everyone, introduce yourself.
So, dude, Amaze's 380. Hell yeah. I'm Belgian and stuff. Is
Yeah,
that a
he's
good
a
introduction?
good. All right, after Killer,
Oh, I'm killer.
great. Scott,
Well, I mean, can you top that? Really, I don't know.
and Rad.
Hey, I'm Rad504 and I have a souvenir head cold.
And also special guest starring Naxa.
I was gonna go, but I didn't.
Yeah, Naxa didn't actually come on the trip, but he's here anyway because he was there in spirit, right?
And we pity him a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe he can
Oh.
help jog our memories or like.
I was
pump us.
actually getting a little bit depressed when I first saw the images. I was like, I wanted to go.
Well, we're going to rub it in now because we're going to say how great it was. I'm
It
sorry.
was absolutely fantastic.
So,
It was amazing.
for a long time, we organised this trip. We'd wanted to do one for a while and took some time. We waited for Minecon to be announced, didn't we, for a long time?
Yeah, before deciding they're taking their time.
That they're never
I
going
think
to
you
do
forgot
it.
to introduce Scott. Just
I said
No,
Scott.
no.
I said
No,
Scott.
he did. He did.
oh, okay.
So yeah, we were
Maybe
like,
I wasn't listening.
is Minecon coming? No. All right, we'll just do it without Minecon, which was fine in the end.
Probably a better idea.
Yeah, probably better. I don't think any of us really want to go to a Minecon anymore, right?
I mean, never been there.
But
Yeah.
Not much, no.
No.
I think we're all very much people phobic, so it kind of works that we didn't.
And also, these trips have always been more about seeing each other rather than
Yeah.
some
Mhm.
convention. Or...
Also, like, that's Minecon is so expensive too, so it's a bit ridiculous.
It's a very expensive way to go cringe somewhere. So
yeah.
there are cheaper ways, I think.
And yeah, I think this was definitely better in terms of like getting to know each other and having fun than going to Minecon.
Yeah. Oh, I agree, definitely.
Yeah, totally.
So we
So
eventually.
next year you missed everything.
Well, you're going to hear everything you missed. We eventually picked Belgium as the meetup place because it's sort of central-ish to most people. Sorry, Rad.
Well, no, I think I was the main person pushing for Belgium, so.
Okay.
Also because
Well-
it was Europe,
'Cause
and
it was Europe.
Ionic was close.
Yeah, I
That is
felt
true.
rather awkward about him being underage at the time, and I thought he was more likely to, like, his parents would be more at ease knowing he was still in the country.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. I also had a free ticket to Brussels, so I was happy with that choice.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too far away. I mean, like Germany, France. I mean, not France. Okay, or the Netherlands also would have been
Oh,
good.
he said it.
The F
And I
word.
Wants to go
realized
to
as
France.
well-
We have it on record.
I realized as well,
Oh.
driving there is not too bad from the UK.
Yeah?
No, it's like down to the coast and then basically the same trip again. It's all right.
Well, yeah, we'll get on to, like, the travels and stuff, because we went for a week. It was from Saturday the 1st until Saturday the 8th of July. And shall we all sort of say how we got there? Anything interesting happen?
Okay.
Yeah, methods we took.
I think everybody was different, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Nobody went the same way. Well, I guess me and Rat did, but okay. So I guess
Yeah, go for it.
all right. I drove with Rad from Woking to the coast of England, and then we jumped on a ferry, which actually was not what we originally planned to do. We were going to get on the train,
Hmm.
but A, it's more expensive, which is interesting, and B, I think was it more expensive? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it was.
the ferry's more interesting. You get to see stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
White
But
Cliffs.
it was a very Well, not going there. Coming back was when we saw those. Leaving, we left at we wanted to get the 6 a.m. ferry, but we got there at 4, and they said, just get on the 4 a.m. one, which is really surprising because any kind of inter-country travel that I've done before, they've been very strict. You must be here at this time, and you must not be late, otherwise you will lose everything. Right? And they was like, just go. Didn't really look at anything, just kind of, I don't mind.
So a little background. They told us in the paperwork to be in the queue 90 minutes before you're supposed to leave.
For customs.
For customs. So ours was scheduled to leave at 6 a.m. We got there about 3:45, and we thought we would just spend an hour looking around Dover or maybe sleeping or something. Or
even just sitting in the queue to get on.
Yeah.
Once we'd passed customs or whatever, like you normally do in an airport.
We budgeted the 90 minutes, and then we had another 45 on top of that. So, I mean, we basically didn't sleep that night. We just left Scott's house at 1 a.m. and then drove down to Dover.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But when we got there, it was like, all right, let's just go through the customs and sit in the queue. And they're all, hey, we have you on the 4 a.m. Okay.
I remember sitting there, the barrier raised, and he goes, all right, just go. We're on the 4 a.m. I was like, wait, hang on. You need to explain this to me because I don't understand. I booked the 6.
Yeah.
And he just went, there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty good then.
Yeah, it is. I guess it's part of Europe, right? It's part of the being with Europe for a little while still. But
for now.
They were a lot stricter coming back, though. The car didn't get checked leaving. They just literally, we drove through 2 barriers. I think one was French and one was, the French customs and the next one was English. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, to get there? Yeah, they just kind of looked at us and then waved.
Yeah. And then coming back, I think the car was looked at. I know I had to get out twice to open the boot.
I had to get out. Well,
and then we both got wanded. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you didn't try and bring Aces back with you.
I know. Well, we did say that. I don't think the French police or even the British police would have been happy if there was a Belgian hiding in the trunk boot. Under all the bags.
What? It's a souvenir.
Wow. Wow.
Look at that waffle.
So how was the drive from, where did you end up? Calais?
No, Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was
a bit rainy, but it was all right.
Dunkirk was closer to where we wanted to go. And I was hearing lots of scary stories about migrants, and I was like, no.
Yeah, let's just avoid Calais, because that's what you hear as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about it, I don't know why anybody goes to Calais instead of Dunkirk, because it's pretty much empty in terms of trucks, so freight, which is where all the migrants, that's what they target, right?
Yeah. So
if I was a trucking company or whatever, I'd just go through Dunkirk.
There you go, top tip. Anyone listening?
Well, yeah,
if you're a trucking company.
And if you're a migrant, just pay no attention to this.
Yeah, you didn't hear anything.
They're not listening anyway. Yeah.
Stay in Calais.
So
it is, it's
go
crazy.
Ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's crazy what you hear though about the trucks.
Oh god, it's terrifying, some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, getting off the boat, no customs or anything. Again, we were both very confused. Where is border control? None. And then we ended up.
I want to be booty checked, please.
Well, I mean, if you're into that, it's okay. But
I can travel back.
But when we got off, there was nowhere, and we just kind of ended up in Dunkirk and driving about, trying to work out where we were.
Yeah, we got a little bit lost.
And just ended up on the motorway coming to meet you guys. And I think that was at the point as well when we were actually deciding what we were going to do, where we were going to meet. So I think at that point, we decided to go and meet you guys at the airport.
Yeah, because at that point we had discovered.
No, I don't think so. Not yet. No, it's just that we were early, so we expected to get there at 10ish, for when Joe was supposed to get there.
Supposed to get
But because we got a
there.
ferry 2 hours earlier, we were 2 hours early, so we went to the airport to meet
True.
the German and the Belgian.
Which
So-
was an adventure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Killer,
So-
you came by plane, right?
Yeah.
So okay, I thought Red is gonna add her story how she got to Britain, but fine. I think your cat escaped.
Oh, he's getting louder.
Yeah. Give him a moment to shine.
So you came by
No.
plane. Okay.
So, yeah. Well, how I got there, I was on a vacation in Spain with my parents and my brother actually, the week prior, or the whole week prior. So when I got there, it was I literally got to the airport, and then I had to drive like 100-something kilometers to another city, to another airport, and to get there on a train on a flight. So that was adventurous, like in a span of like I think like 5 hours or something. In the end, nothing probably worked out, so my parents drove me, which was very nice of them. And yeah, it was all very confusing, and because I haven't slept much, and it was like the temperature changes were obviously quite big, and also the humidity changes. So it was all a bit confusing.
But you made it.
But I made it, yeah. So
You did.
I'm happy about that.
And then we tried to meet up with them, and they said, we're at arrival's pickup point. And there is no arrival's pickup point. They lied.
You lie.
Well, we went to the drop-off
It was-
point, and the woman told us to go away and park in the car park.
They made it too confusing.
Yeah, that was kind of like, and especially also, well, I guess I can tell a bit more, because when we arrived at the when I arrived at the airport, and Aces obviously didn't know how it looked like.
Yeah, that
I
was the
knew
thing.
how he looked like, but to be honest, I kind of forgot again. So
Yeah. It's like
I didn't pay proper attention, so that was
clearly
a bit.
showed.
So that was funny because we just realized that it is.
I think we might have even like walked past each other like multiple times
Yeah.
there.
No, I think only once, and we basically both realized because we had both Discord open.
Yeah.
And we could see each other's phones.
I just switched over there, yeah, and I could see like the clear like red icon for me and like the green icon from Killer. So it's like, are you Killer?
Yeah.
Which is a fun thing to ask in public.
Yeah.
Just
It
go
is
to the
a-
airport
obviously didn't
to
ask.
random people. Are you Killer?
Yeah, I should
Hello.
have been running around just asking that. No, I should have called you like 20 minutes early. Like, yeah, I'm already there. Just ask the people if they're the killer.
I should have made like a little sign, Killer? Question mark.
Like all the taxi drivers.
So they're going to think you're advertising your services.
Need a killer?
Cheap. Buy one, get one free.
So
No,
your
German, very efficient.
your travel wasn't too difficult, right, Aces? Because you're Belgian.
I just had like normal night. Went to the train station, which is like 800 meters away, to the to the airport. Met up with Killer.
Did your parents go with you to the airport, or did they just?
Yeah,
put
they
you
did
on-
go with me, but
Okay.
they wanted to go to Brussels sometime soon anyway, so they continued further, going to the center, shopping
okay.
a little bit and stuff like that.
Yeah, they weren't there for long.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
I mean, they didn't care about him meeting the rest of us. It was just the guy who was called Killer that they were worried about.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
The rest of us have normal names, so they're not too bothered.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I wasn't there for that Saturday, as I'll explain in a minute. So I don't know what you did that day. Apparently, it was being quite tired.
Yeah,
Mark-
I think
Mark
everybody was.
Muck did the same thing that he did for UHC.
Shut up.
Yeah, it was about that time when we were like, well, where do we go? We've all met up. There's the four of us in the car. You guys were a little bit squished, I will admit. The car is smaller than I realized.
No personal space at all.
I've never
It
had
ended
it.
up working out. We never could have put Joe in there too, plus his luggage.
Yeah, that is true. I guess it worked out quite nicely.
Yeah.
Like everything was like extremely packed, you know.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, we had planned for Joe to be there around that time. So the question is, where was Joe?
I was late.
I
was late. So this was the Saturday, and on the Friday it was someone's leaving do at work, which means there was alcohol involved. Now, I didn't drink very much. I said to others, look, I'm going to Brussels tomorrow. I've got to be up early. I can't drink much. I'm leaving early. And I did. I did that. I didn't drink much. I left early, and I still overslept. So I woke up at 6:30.
So what do we learn from it? Drink next time.
Yeah, maybe. That's actually what I should have done, because when I drink a lot, I wake up early because I get dehydrated. So that's a good idea. But I woke up at 6:30. My train was at 7:30. I was over an hour away from the train station, so I was screwed. Like I said, I had a free ticket on the Eurostar, which is how I eventually got there, and they were ever so kind to give me a free ticket for the next day. They kept on saying on the phone, like, we don't usually do this. This is a act of generosity. Okay, don't usually do this. Basically saying you've messed up. So I got there.
I mean, I think they were pretty cool, considering I think that was like your second or third time rebooking and stuff.
Oh,
and that you'd actually missed as well. Like that was pretty cool.
I've had that free ticket for about 2 years, just constantly pushing it back. So I'm glad they were like, "Oh, just get rid of it." God.
Yeah.
So yeah, I turned up on the Sunday, and that's when the trip properly began for me, anyway.
That's when it really began, you know.
And honestly, Scott and I, and also Killer we'd all pulled all-nighters. So we got there to the house and we're just like claimed a room and went to sleep. So I'm sorry for Yornik, because that was pretty boring for him.
He went to sleep as well.
Yeah.
No.
I was just like, screw it. Everyone is sleeping. I guess I'll get some sleep as well.
He's a teenager. He can sleep anytime he wants. He just turn it on.
I mean, waking up at 7 a.m. is still kind of early to some degree. Not really, but more sleep.
It's like in the middle of the night.
Bed. 7 a.m.
Yes.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning. No,
There's the copyright claim.
So we got an Airbnb as somewhere to stay. I was quite pleased with it in the end.
Yep.
You may have noticed I was running around like a madman when I first got there.
Yeah, it was a very...
Oh,
what's this? Ooh.
Because it's like all the doors open funny.
I think there's like two types of people that go and get Airbnbs. They're the ones that are like, okay, here's a bed, I can sleep, good, whatever. And then there's Joe. Right?
Open every door, every cupboard.
Every door, every cupboard, and just explores.
He opened cupboards that I hadn't even noticed.
I will find them.
You opened cupboards that didn't previously exist.
Right?
Just ripped holes in the wall.
Like there was one underneath the stairs that went down into a cellar.
Oh,
I didn't even notice because it was just very... Yeah.
Yeah.
Trash one.
It was wood paneling. It blended very well with the rest of the staircase.
It was a nice place, though. It was in sort of like just south of Brussels in a sort of residential area, quite suburban-y.
Quite Frenchy.
Quite Frenchy.
And
yeah,
we need to point out the the most important fact. It didn't have ants.
Yeah, no ants. Thank God.
No ants. Mosquitoes, yes, but ants, no.
Yeah,
actually, Killer was nervous about mosquitoes, but I didn't really see any.
Yeah, I was surprised. Usually, I'm like the one who's like waking up and like I'm all in bites. It's like everything's red, everything's itchy.
No, it's pretty good. I think I didn't get bitten.
Yeah.
Maybe I did.
It was nice. It was 3 levels with a toilet on each level, and also a shower and a huge bathroom with a tub. The 3rd level was funny. There was this little
toilet.
this toilet underneath the sloped roof. I called it Poo Corner.
It was
Poo Corner.
Even saying it is a corner is like already like over exaggerating.
Yeah, because it's not even. It's like 45 degrees. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just the weirdest shape.
You had to crouch walking in, pretty much just like back up crouched.
Yeah.
It doesn't make for a comfortable poop. That's for sure.
Hey, I found
But it
like
did make for
very
a private
comfortable
one.
place, actually.
That's true. Private one, yeah. So Nate said that would have been your room.
Also, you could brace your feet. You could brace your feet on either wall if you really needed the leverage. All right, I've said too much.
Yeah. I think
One
you
of
did.
the very good features about the house was it had a nice big table, which we used a lot.
Yes,
A
we
lot.
sure did. A lot.
So on the Sunday, let me get my Google Trips up.
Google Trips.
I think we just kind of dossed about indoors, didn't we? Or did we go out?
Yeah. I think
No, we
just-
stayed inside.
I think we got
Well-
food, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We went to go get food somewhere.
yeah. I think we went to the Carrefour, and I was so
Oh,
hungry.
to the
and I
Aldi.
was...
No, not to Aldi.
No,
Why don't you go
we
there?
only went to the Aldi the last time.
Yeah.
We meant to go to Aldi, but then we were on the same side of the road as Carrefour, and I was like, let's just go here. And I was so hungry, and I couldn't make any choices, and then I like ended up getting this elaborate bunch of broccoli and potatoes and pork
Pork
chops and cooking them all.
Oh, that's pork chops. Yeah.
Oh,
I-
actually, that was the night before, because I don't think Joe was there when we bought all that stuff. We
No.
cooked it the next day.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah.
Did we
So-
eat?
Yeah, that's when we
What
had
did
pork
we
chops.
eat? Oh, I think you ate a waffle and we ate scrambled eggs.
Oh.
That might have been, yeah.
Yeah, the first night. But
Maybe.
oh, I'm sorry. I meant to mute myself before I coughed like that. But
The table.
we jumped right into it. The table.
Ouch.
We jumped right into using the table.
Whoa.
Busted out. Brand new game. Killer bunnies.
Wait, it was a brand new game, so you'd never played it before?
No.
Well, I had played it with my brother, but we took the plastic off it there in the house.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Right.
so I think both of us, basically it's a game that Rad knows from her family. And
No, actually,
I've only
no.
played it once.
I only knew it. I only played it that one time when you played it.
Yeah. Okay. So
So it was my brother Joe had the game. Scott and I visited him last year, in the summer, and he introduced the game to us, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was great. It was the game of the meetup. It was just
It
like
was.
playing it all the time.
I mean,
Also-
Super Fight and Catan are also pretty good, but Bunnies was the game, I think.
Mhm.
I think we should mention though that the game wasn't about me.
No, Killer's no bunny.
Just you know,
Killer's like a kitty cat, but he's not a bunny.
I'm a kitty cat. I'll take that as a compliment.
It was good though. It was one of those games that has a lot of rules to begin with, and you think, oh god, this sucks. I'm not going to keep up with it. But then, like
Right.
second time you play it, it's like, oh, damn you, Cyber Bunny.
I was a little bit, yeah, I was a little bit worried the first time we were playing it. And I could just see everyone
It
going,
was just
what?
trying to catch on to everything, huh?
And then there's me and Rad going, yeah, you just do this, and it's good. And they're like,
I mean, it had been
too
a year
much.
since we played it too, so
I know, but we were more familiar with it, I think.
I guess so.
You guys
So-
were really pissed at me in that game, man.
So essentially, they could have described it a little better, but you have a hand of 5 cards, and you have a run of 2 cards that are face down, and you can't play cards that say run until they have been through 2 cycles of advancing face down in the run.
It's
The aim
it's
of
a
the
very
game is
wacky
not
game.
to keep bunnies back, to keep carrots. You have to get carrots.
Yes, you have to collect as many carrots as you can while killing everyone else's bunny and keeping at least one of your own alive.
It is quite fun committing mass murder on those bunnies.
As
Bunny
we
side.
discovered, Asus is quite a fan of.
Oh my gosh, Asus is just devious.
Yep, he's not going to be invited to the next meetup.
I had
No.
like
Oh,
two
he is
like
too. He's too cute.
games of killing everything, right? After that, I slowed down a bit. I tried to be nice, but everyone was still like, "No, we're gonna put
No.
this Trojan bunny on Aces because he's gonna kill everyone."
Yep,
Well,
your reputation.
just
had
because
been-
we made sure that you can't kill everyone, they made it work out, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have probably done it again.
It was funny though. He'd get a card and he'd just kind of look at us like with a shifty look sideways.
You got a terrible poker face.
I don't care.
Yeah, we should have played poker.
Yeah. Scott
Really?
insists that I cheat.
But we have since been playing it on Tabletop Simulator because we like it that much.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it still works. It still works.
Yeah, we really that game. I had no idea. I totally misunderstood what that game was when I first saw it. And I was like, I'm looking for a game to play table games and board games.
Not to build table games.
And
we don't want to make them. We just want to play them.
I was like, no, this isn't it. And I think, was it you, Joe, that said that's basically exactly what tabletop is?
Yeah, man.
I was like, oh my god, mind blown.
Yep.
So that was pretty much the Sunday. Right? We didn't do too much apart from playing Killer Bunnies and.
Well, and then Skipper, unfortunately, he's not here to talk to us. But Skipper the Reaper lives in Ghent, and he came down Sunday night and hung out with us too.
No.
Oh
Was it
right,
on
yeah.
that
was
was
a Sunday,
also on Sunday.
Because I saw him at the train station. Yeah.
Yeah. So we picked him up at the same time as we picked up Joe.
Oh, so we also played some Super Fight as well, then, right?
Yes,
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Super Fight. Oh my gosh,
That's another game.
that was fun. It was. I have some pictures of the Super Fight.
Yeah.
It was wacky
Some
fun.
of them.
Right.
Oh man. Why
Right,
did you
next
have to
time
pick
we-
Canada made out of sand?
So, to me, it's kind of like it's kind of a Cards Against Humanity feel, but more like you look at the competing cards as they have to fight each other and who would win.
Yeah, and really it comes down to who's more persuasive.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
So
Which was
somehow,
super-
somehow I went through like 5 cycles of defeating everyone as a hypnotic country made entirely out of sand. Was I hypnotic?
Yes.
I think so.
But how,
think so,
really,
too.
how do you feed like Canada, like the entire thing? Like how do you kill it?
I don't know. Especially when it's made of sand. Also, I think I had some really good luck with a swarm of killer bees in a berserker rage armed with a puppy musket.
This game, man. This game.
And although Scott really just took the cake with Chuck Norris, 50 of them is really hangry. Nobody could stand 50 hangry Chuck Norrises.
Yeah, that was basically just a free pass.
I think,
you win.
and then the last one I took a picture of, Asus, was a demon inside a giant robotic Mario Brothers with his hands glued to his hips.
Honestly though, like it started out good, you know, a demon controlling like a giant robotic Mario, right? But then it's like hands are glued to the hips. How am I supposed to win this?
The Shakira way.
The Shakira way.
Yeah, man, hips don't fly.
Well, that was a
giant robotic dancing Shakira style Mario Brothers.
There we go.
If only we had
Mario-
people that do fan art, that would be great.
Oh my god.
And like another one I remembered was a self-obsessed Darth Vader in a hot air balloon.
That was me,
Yes.
Oh, that
I
was
think,
okay.
with a selfie stick.
Yeah, the selfie.
Yeah.
Constantly
Yeah.
taking selfies.
Yes. Yeah, and I think I had to fight the 50 Chuck Norrises. Ain't no way.
No.
Brad, next time you come into Europe, you definitely gotta. Well, I guess I should check. Maybe they're cheaper nowadays. But next time you should definitely bring me some more of the decks. Maybe like the how was it? Like the golds or the like when it's not like who is in a super fight, but it's like on like in a football match or something. Who wins?
Yeah.
Who would win? And
Oh, that deck, yeah.
Oh, it gives you
Yeah,
a
so-
goal.
so
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Different
So-
locations and winning conditions.
This
Yeah,
this
that
kind
would
of
be
brings
good.
up a point that I don't understand, right? I was going to buy Killer Bunnies to bring with us, but in the UK, to get that game, it's £50, right?
A lot of money.
For some reason. But Rad bought it for $15?
$15. Well, and then I put rush shipping on it, so
No,
about $21.
I know, but the general price of the game is so much less, and the expansion, like one of the expansions, is over 100 in this country, and I don't understand why. Like why?
That one's hard to get.
I guess that might be why. Yeah, but
it's expensive here too.
Killer, you had the same issue, right? But getting
super
Super Fight.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
You had to get Rad to get it for you and send it. Like I don't understand why this is the case, because you would think that you can get it. Not everywhere. Obviously, there are some places you won't get it, but I would have thought, like America, Europe, it wouldn't be too odd.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
I'm gonna hypothesize that America is larger than Europe, and our entire population, well, like 95% of the population speaks English.
Yeah.
And Europe has so many different languages that there might not be the demand for an English-based card game.
Like I was surprised that you couldn't buy it, Scott, because I was like thinking, okay, yeah, in Germany, sure. Like, why would there be an English card game? I mean, we have many things in English, but it was kind of like, not unlikely. But I was surprised with the Killer Bunnies, to be honest. I mean, either it's like a very small company that does them, I don't know, because such an infrastructure is quite expensive to build, as far as I know. That you can get your things
but
across.
I think we have a fairly strong board game and card game
it's probably just
following
that
in the country.
You and I had never heard of it until we played it with Joe. So if no one knows to demand it, there is no demand for it.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay.
Right. I'm gonna get us off of the board game talk now, because we still got this Meetup to talk about.
Fair enough.
Right, fair enough.
And we're only on like the first day.
I don't know, Monday.
That was a fun day for me.
Fun day.
Monday was going to be the day to go out and explore, right? But I'm looking on Google Maps and it's like
drive
just
to the center.
one dot and it stays at the house. And why does that stop?
We went out on Monday, okay? We just didn't use the car.
We did.
So what happened was we got up relatively early, I think, and we were all looking to go out and explore.
We crammed
Brussels.
into the car, and the poor
all of us in
uncomfortable
the car.
boys.
The guys in the back, I'm sorry.
Crammed together. That's fine.
They got
right.
very
The
intimate.
driver has to have his own position that takes a load of space if you're tallish. And the car doesn't start. Just constantly tries to turn over and turn over and turn over. And this starts a whole palaver that lasted until Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because, as it turns out, I didn't have European breakdown cover.
Except someone said he did, and someone else said,
I
no, you
did.
don't, and no, we won't cover you anyway because you're too old, and...
The car's too old. So basically, we were stuck. No, not stuck, but we were stuck with the car. Like, couldn't use the car.
So we walked.
So we walked.
Yes.
Well, actually, that wasn't... I don't think that was the day we took the public transport.
No, that was the next
Oh,
day.
did we not? Did we just stay in
No.
on... Oh, okay. So, we just stayed in on the Monday.
Me and the boys left while you tried to sort out your insurance, and we walked down into kind of the city center of Ukul or...
Oh, St. Job.
Not really like a...
St. Job.
St. Job.
So,
Yumpin'
Yeah,
yubbity.
so...
Yeah,
So we walked
I was
down
trying not to kick the car, and you guys were exploring.
Well, we just went down for food.
I know, but exploring a little bit, yeah.
Giving you some space.
Yeah, in that state, I think I needed it.
We were getting out of the splash zone.
Yes.
So
I've
we
seen
walked
this-
down and actually discovered on our way that, nobody here speaks Dutch.
Yeah.
And nobody here speaks English either. So our translator, our very shy translator, who only spoke Dutch.
how am I supposed to translate French things into English when I don't know French? Well, I do,
know,
sort
but-
of.
It's not like you're living in that country or something.
But you were supposed to translate Dutch to English, and yet nobody else spoke Dutch. It was
Yeah.
surprising. So we quickly learned we're in the middle of French Belgium.
So we faffed about getting some food. We tried to speak to a garage guy. That just didn't work.
Oh, and Killer managed to communicate battery, and he said no possible.
Yeah, that's
no
right.
possible.
No possible.
But
So-
then he said like too much work or whatever.
I guess we just went back and just played some more Killer Bunnies and stuff. I can't really remember.
Yeah, that
We
was
also played
basically what
SingStar,
we did.
maybe?
We just hung out and played games.
So Scott was finishing his thought on his insurance debacle. You since discovered something?
So basically what happened was they told me I had cover European breakdown. I didn't. They wanted to sell it to me, but they wouldn't cover the breakdown because rules, whatever, blah, 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 who cares? Because of all of that, they said they made a mistake and they would cover me for the rest of the time, even though they shouldn't because the car is really old. But I've since discovered that what I thought the problem was, which was the battery, wasn't the battery. And it happened again when we came back, and it's been in the garage. It was in the garage from last Saturday, till Wednesday, and up until Tuesday, it was totally fine, behaving exactly as it should be, like no problem. I went to pick the car up, and they just said, just keep it and keep driving it. If it happens again, we'll work something out. I try and start it, and it doesn't start. It's like I'm cursed, and everyone in that garage just went like arms up, just like, oh my god, because the car was fine all the time. And then Wednesday, when they because that was the end of the day, Tuesday, Wednesday, it worked fine again, and it's worked fine ever since. And it's something to do with power not getting to the fuel pump. So something is broken, or I don't think it's broken because it works fine now. So something is telling something else to not send power to the fuel pump.
But anyway, we were lucky to
very lucky
get it started again a couple days later. But that's
Mm-hmm.
that's after.
Yeah. So Monday was kind of a lost day. And I feel sorry. I'm sorry. But...
No, it's fine. We had more Killer Bunnies. We played more Super Fight. We walked down to a shop and bought food, and I don't remember what we ate that day.
Oh, well,
Might have been pizza.
that was sort of we didn't really have anything planned for this trip. We're just like, we'll meet up, we'll do some
And
touristy stuff, of
wing it.
course, but we'll wing it, and
Yeah.
we'll just do what we feel like. So actually, it didn't really make any difference at all. We're just like, okay,
No.
we'll do it another day, and we just chilled indoors.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Tuesday, that's when we became tourists. That was tourist day, right?
Yep.
That was fun.
Being a tourist in your own country. Oh,
So the car was still,
broke.
Shifty.
yeah, still a bit shifty. So we took some public transport. We took a tram
Mhm.
to the city centre. The tram was alright in the end. Not too bad. I like trams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, we didn't have a plan. We're just like, okay, we'll go to the Grand. What's it called?
Grand Place?
Grand Place.
First, we
Grand
went into
Place.
that big
The grand
park.
place.
Big place. We
Yeah,
went to the big place.
Grand Place.
Oh yeah. So we stopped outside the park. Little walk around the park. Big fountain.
Just
Very
explored
hot.
a little bit. Yeah.
Very nice weather. Maybe even too hot, but very
I
sunny.
had a giggle because there was a patch of grass and there was a sign on it that said jogging, and there was a person jogging inside the grass just going circles, and I was like, is he like a display, like a zoo animal?
This is how you jog.
And now we have the Belgian jogging. But also grass everywhere, and people were so relaxed, just laying on the grass, chilled out,
Yeah.
taking naps.
There were actually lots of people there like 2 days ago, also like the king and stuff, because it was a national holiday.
Mm.
So it was just like would have gone like a couple weeks like later, could have been there, but whatever.
Ew, people, no.
Yeah.
No. So we walked around Brussels basically, and we went to the Mannequin Peace.
Oh, that
Found our
thing.
way to that.
Oh,
We went to the best statue in the entire country.
what a
not
stupid
the
Little
world.
boy
thing.
pissing.
Screw
Stupid.
the Statue of Liberty.
No.
There's a better one in Finland, just saying.
Oh,
You have a better little boy pissing?
Yes.
is it
No,
bigger
he
at
has
least?
a little mutant. That's for sure.
It's just
Are
so
you
small.
really comparing your country's little guy peeing?
To the Statue of
now.
Liberty?
Imagine if it was the size of the Statue of Liberty. I
on
would be impressed then.
On our way to that, we found a cash point. I almost got my credit card locked.
Oh, really? didn't know that.
Hardcore taken from me because I entered the wrong passcode twice, and then Scott's like, "Don't do it again. They'll keep it." Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because apparently Americans never really take cash out from a ATM.
No, not really. At least
Just
this
cashback.
American.
We got some frites. Well, you did.
Yeah.
You guys
So
did.
and then I whined about being hungry, so we stopped for fries.
Oh, we
And
had
I
that...
was
Oh, go ahead.
I was so impressed that I walked up there trying to pronounce something in, I don't know, some foreign language. I said, "Fritas," and he said,
Fries.
"How big? How much? Or ketchup?" And I'm like, oh, no thanks. On the side.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And it's like that guy he deals with people speaking all 3 languages all day and just doesn't even bother trying.
So after our experience in Saint Jean, where no one spoke anything but French, to find trilingual people just at concession stands was amazing.
I
in
also
Brussels.
heard him talking like fluently French to like some other guy who asked for some fries. And I just went up there to him, and I was just he probably not gonna speak Dutch, but he spoke Dutch, so
Awesome.
that was impressive.
This just makes me feel bad, so let's move on. In fact, I just can't speak any other language. We actually met some fans, right? We met some fans at the Grand Place. Wanted their autograph and everything.
Oh yes, we did. Young. As
Yeah,
they
very
always are.
young. Didn't realise we had fans that young, but this little group of French.
But they
school kids.
promised to subscribe and like.
Yeah, some people went up to us. They asked for a signature, you know.
And being foreigners, we didn't understand.
No.
And so we just signed our lives away.
Foreigners.
Yeah, imagine
I
if they
don't know.
like revealed a bit of paper and we just signed some evil contract with them.
No,
These little kids
they
were
were-
like,
I remember the little girl who was holding the paper had a broken arm,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
and Killer signed me.
It would have been
Well,
bad.
at least if I would have signed something.
I signed Rad 504 smiley face.
I don't remember what I signed because my game.
You signed your national insurance number.
My bank details, I think, are on
That's
there.
what it was. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I just wrote on
Was
like
that
a little
in-
squiggle.
Was that in the Grand Place?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was like
And that was actually a bit of a letdown because they were putting up. I think they were putting up staging and for some kind of event.
Yeah.
So
that was
Lots
actually
of-
for National Holiday. So I don't know.
okay.
Really, that far in
Pretty dope.
advance?
Apparently.
So
Yeah,
So it
it
did
was a
block a bit.
very fun moment of just like a bunch of foreigners and one Belgian who couldn't understand. Just kind of looking at this little kid holding his clipboard, like, please sign my thing, and everyone's going,
no, they're like, "S'il vous plaît?"
Okay,
Muckluck, done.
yeah.
Where is your mommy?
So then, we walked to the mannequin piss from there because it was very close.
Mhm.
You got
A
some
little
waffles, right?
Well,
the
I got some
mannequin,
waffles.
though.
What's that?
Like, I was a little bit disappointed by the statue.
Oh, totally. Sucks.
Everyone
It was
was
very,
disappointed.
like everyone was something. It's big and there's this statue that's like, whatever.
we
and it's
never
this
said it's
stinky little
big.
guy. Well, the way it was talked about, it was like impressive.
This iconic statue that you can hardly see because it's surrounded.
And
I mean, it is a very iconic statue that you can hardly see because it's surrounded by Asian people. That's fine.
taking
It was
selfies.
funny. It
I
was a
did
funny
say it would
moment.
disappoint.
Apparently they dress it up on holidays.
Yeah, such as the National Holiday. What's dressed up?
So while this was going on, I kept pleading with people to get into the shade, and they'd forget and just keep walking in the sunlight, and I got a sunburn.
Mm.
Well, I
Because
get.
I'm
I
not
gave
just white,
you
I'm
my-
translucent. No, that was the next day. That was in Leuven.
Very
You
Yeah.
gave me your sunscreen, but that day, no.
When we were at the
didn't
statue, we got waffles.
Yeah, I went
Me
across
and
the
you.
street to some shade, and then I noticed a waffle hut, so I made Scott buy me a waffle.
I think the worst
And
thing. Oh, go ahead.
It was amazing.
It
Go
was
on,
worth
what's
it.
the worst
Yeah,
thing?
the waffles are awesome.
The worst thing about that statue is, okay, it's small, fair enough. That's whatever. But it's placement. It's like you'd expect it to be in this nice area, but it's literally on the corner of this sort of dirty little alleyway bit.
And really
Yeah.
just like random
And they're
shops
just
and
random-
restaurants. It
And
feels
cars. That was
totally-
what.
yeah.
What?
It feels
bizarre.
kind of out of place almost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
really
does.
does.
Yeah, it's just built onto the side of a wall, and I think there were cardboard cutouts of it that were much bigger, like full-sized.
Very true.
There's a giant blue
All
one.
the shops around it used to
There was
try
like
and drum up.
graffiti on the wall, like a giant
Yes.
manifest-sized building. You know.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mural. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that one he was holding a hose instead of his hose, and it said peace, P-E-A-C-E.
Yeah, that's good. I like that more than the actual thing.
I did too. I
Same.
took a picture of it.
I
Put it on
do
Facebook.
feel kind of like it was a
Pseudo.
joke by the building owner, and it never really meant to be anything. And then all the foreigners came over and thought it was funny, and then it turned into a national monument of some kind. I feel like that's
Yeah.
what happened.
This is a thing now.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of sort of like, alright guys, you know, like we just like put like little statue there and we're like, ah fuck it, we're gonna make this a national monument and let's see what happens.
And it worked. It totally worked.
Sadly.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Sadly, he says.
So another thing that was remarkable about Brussels was just, to me anyway, the weather, the sunlight. 10 o'clock, 10:30, still sunlight outside, and I didn't really realize before how far north you are. You're like on the same latitude, is it, or longitude?
Well, I mean, Killer and like Muck are both
That's
more
Canada.
northern than me. Same with Scott, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
So that was
Pipe down,
remarkable.
you.
You just see people walking around, talking, riding their bikes, sitting outside in restaurants at 10 p.m. and it's full sunlight, and
I mean,
it really,
It
Go on.
was like one of like the longest days of the year, you know,
yeah,
like early July.
yeah,
Which was good. It worked out well.
Yeah.
yeah.
Really
It was pretty cool. And I've always had this kind of confusion over how Europe has like, it seems to have much later times to eat dinner. Like people eat at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. and I'm like, that's bedtime. What's wrong with you? In America, we eat 7 a.m., noon, 5 p.m. And,
Really?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Also
that
usually eat around.
it
like,
might be like more like 9 and 1 and 7, but dinner later than 7, you're suffering.
Oh.
You're just being, I don't know.
Screw it. Dinner 1
So
a.m.
it just kind of drove home for me. Oh, well, there's a good reason why they eat so late, because it's still light, because it's still daytime.
I guess.
On the way back, I was about to say we just went straight back to the house, but we didn't. We kind of sat down in front of that big church cathedral thing.
Yes, and I think again because I was moaning about being overheated and too much sun, and we found some shade, and I laid down in it.
Which I'm looking at this. It's called the something Saint Gudule. I thought it said Saint Good. Then I seriously thought that said Good. Gudule. But that was nice. Nice little sit down. Apart from when we got like suddenly surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Like, get out of
Yeah.
here.
Foreigners
Muckluck
just
fans.
butchering the language. Unbelievable.
We took a picture of Killer and posted it to the JFS.
Oh, Unicorn Killer. Oh, the birth
Yeah.
of the Unicorn Killer.
Mhm.
So beautiful. So majestic.
Yes, because Killer is he is too pretty to be photographed.
This is like such a diva, honestly. We got some food, I think, and then we went back home.
Yeah, and again, more Killer bunnies.
More Killer Bunnies, maybe a
Till like
PlayStation.
2 a.m.
Yeah, that's right. Was that
When
Catan?
did we do?
Did we try Catan?
We also. I
Yeah, we
don't
did.
remember.
Oh yeah, I think we did try Catan that night. And
You
I
might-
quickly took over. Joe brought the game. I'm sorry, Muckluck brought the game, and I quickly took over explaining how to play it because I'm bossy like that.
Well, I mean, we say that, but then we did start playing with Asus, and then he didn't really know what he was doing, and we.
Yeah, he didn't. And then Scott, as usual, didn't know what he was doing all the way up until he won the game.
Hey,
That's
not fair.
right. That's right. You're like, oh, I won.
And
Okay.
no, what I mean by as usual is he wins. Every time I play against Scott in Settlers of Catan, he wins. Even not knowing how to play, he wins.
I kind of got a feeling you guys like explain it quite well, but like while we were playing, you guys were like, "Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you like the most important part."
Oh yeah, we should have told you this as well. Sorry.
We told you, but we didn't really emphasize. We said you need these things to build.
Yes.
And we showed you your build card, but we didn't really say.
At that time, I didn't
You're
know.
gonna kind of need
yes.
brick, like, to build roads so that you can build anything else.
Before we get on to the next day and our trip to Asus's house, I just feel I need to specially mention probably the best thing about the house that I forgot to say was the very soft but perfectly sized football, which I was able to kick many times at Asus's face.
I was able to evade sometimes. The first couple times, you really surprised me.
Oh, I got good at it.
Oh yeah, you really did. I tried to get you back, but I barely got you back.
It was just so good. So if we ever go like to another meetup place, Airbnb,
That has to be.
needs to have like a soft football sort of thing I can kick at people.
Or bring our own.
Yeah, I'll bring my own. I'll do that as well. So Wednesday was a cool day.
It was a very weird day. Oh my.
Well, for you, I'm sure. Yeah, very weird. Do you wanna? You can talk about that since it was your house.
So, me and my parents, we kind of invited the guys over, right? And so, just started as a regular day, and then around, I think, like 2, maybe, or like 4, no, 3, I don't know. We just like all got into the car, very crammed together, no personal space. Everything was touching, knees, shoulders, everything.
I didn't hear you complaining when we got there. Okay.
What we didn't mention was that morning, Scott was actually able to start the car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
By pure luck, nothing else. The guy turned up from the garage with a battery pack because he thought it was a battery, and I didn't explain very well English, French, Dutch, whatever, who knows. And it started, and so we thought it was the battery, and we're like, okay, it's cool, let's go, let's do everything.
Don't even know what language you guys spoke.
Luck.
Yeah, so we drove to Asus's place.
Mhm.
Rad was crossword queen
Yeah.
on the trip there. It wasn't too bad of a drive, was it? I can't really remember now.
I thought it was alright.
Just you guys had some numb bums going on, but
that's fun. It's easier to
We got
endure.
to know each other in a very special way.
We did, we really did.
And
it
then
was awesome
we met
getting
Asus's
to
parents.
Asus's place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Asus's sister is
A quote sister, like your quote.
Very hairy sister. I'll say that.
yeah. I would say, cross species, obviously adopted.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. Don't tell
She
her.
has an intensity though, just stares.
It's
Yeah,
his
just
dog,
for
everyone.
record, I have a dog.
Haha. What was her name?
It's a
June?
border collie. June, yes, like the month June.
Okay. She was awesome. She could play for hours, and if you were ignoring her, she'd drop a toy underneath your chair and just kind of nudge it, staring with these wide open eyes.
I mean, we
just
gotta say,
crazy
she
eyes.
was quite a bitch.
What?
That's
Oh,
what
the
the
literal
technical term
meaning.
is,
What are you thinking about, Red?
Isn't the literal meaning like an unfixed? I don't know.
I liked your
joke.
bird. I
Bad
liked your
joke.
bird, even though it hissed at me a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
Why? Why it's a bad joke? It was a perfect joke.
Okay, perfect joke.
German humor.
That's right, so you have a lot of pets. You have a dog, a bird,
Mhm.
and a cat.
A dog, a bird, and a cat. Indeed.
There's a cartoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Like
mean?
that. I feel like
Is this like some kind of British thing?
what do you call it? Isn't that
Anyway, so the cat and the
Tweety.
dog are completely
Sweet
separated.
bird.
And then the bird is just in our cage downstairs.
Your parents were. Oh, sorry. Asus's parents were very welcoming, and they gave us delicious food, including barbecued bacon.
That is true. I was surprised you guys never heard about it. It's like a marinated, like twisted piece of bacon on a stick, barbecued.
It was
I know
delicious.
it was awesome.
bacon, steaks, chicken, strawberries and ice cream.
Yeah, they went all out.
It was
Yeah.
all out. It was lovely.
I was honestly quite surprised as well. And like
Yeah.
the weird thing was, like, I got home, and like so much had changed. Like, our car got hit by like another car,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And I'm like, what happened? And then like I come inside, like all like the furniture, it's just gone, just different furniture. And I'm like, what happened here?
And then we found out, that we were in the wrong house.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
So we got to see Ace's bedroom with his hurricane fan.
Hold on, I have a little sample of it here. This is the fan.
No.
It's fine. It's fine.
Hurricane Boy, no.
Recording
we
room.
saw, we saw your obsidian that you have.
Yep, it's some real obsidian from Mexico. You guys saw my cat for a split second.
For literally a split second.
She was terrified.
She really doesn't like other people.
All your maps. We saw all your games,
Yep,
including, well, some we may not want to mention.
Hey, this is a family show.
This is I'm just looking behind me at all these beautiful maps, and I'm really enjoying it. You know, the roads, Europe.
We won't talk about
Germany.
your pornographic video game, will we?
Uh,
No way.
The thing is,
Or the
it
book.
really.
Or
No,
all the
book
magazines?
was decent. What magazines?
No, not really.
Or the dildos. No, what?
oh, okay. Now this is no longer a family
Yeah, that
show.
was the obsidian.
Oh,
God.
Ouch.
One might say it's quite hard. No.
Right,
Stop it.
moving on.
Moving on.
We saw Ace's room. It's nice, very big room. You have a
Yeah,
very,
really.
very nice room.
And then he took us to this lake that was shaped like a gun.
Oh, the
Yeah.
gun-shaped lake. Yes.
Giant. I
That was
actually
beautiful.
today I just like biked down the whole barrel of the lake. It was quite nice, to be honest.
And I was amazed by the field of cows next to the lake because they were all white. Just white cows.
Wow,
White or
that's
cream
racist.
colored.
You can't just point out.
Wow.
Seriously, like
Just-
here in the US, cows are not white. They are black and white or they're brown.
Yeah, it's. I don't think I've ever seen like that amount, or just.
Really?
I don't know. It was a bit surprising, but not too much. I've seen white cows before.
Is this what we've come to talking about cows? Was our
Mhm.
trip
Like,
that
honestly, like-
interesting?
You guys being here, like that was like so weird.
Yeah,
Like-
surreal.
I found it funny, like I was just like talking to my parents in English because it was just like too much of a hassle to like switch to Dutch.
Well, your dad
I
was super
switched
cool.
a couple of times.
Like, your
Yeah, his
dad's
dad is
trying
awesome.
to play like Minecraft,
Well-
playing with you. Like, it's cool. He knows
Your
stuff.
mom is
High
cool, too.
pixel.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
The other thing as well is like when you're
whatever.
sitting at a table with people that speak Dutch, people that speak French, people that speak English, people that speak, like all these languages,
No
German
one
as
spoke
well.
French. Yeah, okay.
Well, no, your
Yeah.
parents speak a bit of French,
Yeah, they do.
and
Or
like
French. But
if there's something that not everybody quite gets, then there's a moment of like just
What?
language switch, and it's kind of fun to watch and listen to
Rapid
because
translation.
because like I think French, especially for maybe me, but like I learned some French, and just kind of hearing the conversation and like okay, that makes some sense, and like hearing people trying to explain context in another language and you kind of understanding it is fun, I think.
Mhm.
But it is very interesting to have like multilingual people in a conversation.
Mhm.
I
Also a little
found-
bit confusing sometimes because not everybody gets the right word.
Yeah.
I felt rather, I don't know, humble or don't know quite the word, but
And a real Belgian household eating real Belgian food with real Belgian people.
no, I was gonna say just felt like really sunk in just the arrogance of being an American and knowing only one language and expecting everyone to accommodate me.
Well, I mean, you don't have too many languages like close to you in the country, so it's like
Yeah,
I know some Spanish.
It's not like-
that makes sense.
I feel
But
the
yeah.
same way as an English person.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I did feel kind of weird going up to every person like at a counter or something and going, English?
Yeah, and it would
Maybe.
be
And they'd go, yeah, okay. Or Well, a little bit.
It'd
None
be
of
at the
them really went,
tills.
no.
It'd be like not people that you expect to have a job
Mhm.
translating day to day, but they speak
Yep.
a little bit of English.
Everything.
It's pretty cool.
So
That's-
yeah,
that's
it was really nice to see just actual countryside Belgium and outside of the hustle and bustle of the city.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The lake was a nice little sort of break
Mhm.
of that sort of stuff. Just nice little stroll along and looking at some cows. It seems.
And
looking
geese,
at the lake, looking
which
at cows.
apparently it's legal to kill the geese there. Not legal here.
Well, depends really. Like, I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. I'm not really into like killing geese, so.
Your dad is. Your dad does not love geese.
Anyway, it's also always funny how my mom uses English. Like she can like understand it, but she like it's like sort of difficult to use. For example, like I don't know what context it was, but she wanted to say survived, right?
Outlived, yeah.
Yeah, and then like Dutch, it's overlived, and she just like literally translated it to overlived.
Yeah, but to be honest, I did that too,
Yeah.
especially like in the beginning,
Yeah.
like when I just came onto the server.
Yeah,
That,
like just literally translate things. But that
And I
doesn't really
hope-
always work out. But I mean,
I hope-
it's fine. It's quite funny.
I hope
I don't know.
anytime someone's learning English like that, I hope that I'm gracious about it and I don't mock you.
No, not much.
Not much.
As long as you're
No, it's
Canadian,
alright,
it's fine.
honestly.
So after that, after the
Mhm.
lake bit, we drove back, said goodbye to Ace's parents and his
Ate
dog
ice cream,
and
ate
his
strawberries.
bird.
And I was strongly tempted to bring his sister home with us.
Mhm.
Cool
There was not
sister
room.
again.
On to Thursday, which was another touristy day. That
What
was
did
the
we do
Atomium
Thursday?
Day.
Was it?
Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
keep better notes than we do.
Google
I
does, believe me. Google knows everything.
The
Uh,
Atomium.
Yeah, that's when we went, because that's like one of the main things to go see in
Mhm.
Brussels is the big weird looking
Yeah.
building
Like
thing.
I wanted, like I specifically wanted you guys to go to Muckluck before going to the Atomium.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah,
Because
wise.
Well,
know,
the
because
other one
when I-
had definitely bigger balls than the first one.
Oh.
You
Right,
know, we here
get out.
we have the biggest balls and the smallest balls.
Ouch.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's what I'm here for.
The biggest and the smallest.
So
There you
yeah,
go,
the
my
Atomium's like the molecule looking thing, right? It looks like iron. Is it iron?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it was.
the like each ball would be an iron atom, and like it would be in the shape of an iron what's it called? Like the structure of iron, basically.
Well, actually, I should say, before we did this was quite late in the day we went, because it was going to close soon, and that's because
That was.
earlier in the day, Rad Scott, I'm not sure what you were doing, but I know for a fact that Asus and myself were singing, or at least trying to sing,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Oh,
right.
that was great.
because you brought SingStar with you.
Yeah, I bought House Sings the rest of the game with me.
I had
You
my
brought it.
PlayStation 2. It all worked out, except for everyone else who had to listen to us.
Yeah.
I
Walking
joined in.
925.
Rad did join in
walking
and
11.
just smashed us all, obviously.
Yeah.
Getting
I was
by.
like thinking about maybe singing, and then Red came about, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm actually.
Actually, it's as hard as I tried to be on tune and singing it
Yeah,
as
shut
well as I could. It doesn't matter as long as you can just modulate within that little section.
Yeah.
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 That was the surprising thing for me is like I actually thought those games you had to be like, and it seems kind of stupid now to look back and think about that, but I thought you had to sing the correct pitch and everything, you know, like you say on tune, but no, it's just if you can move your voice up and down to follow the bar, you're good.
I mean,
I
that's,
mean,
how,
we did put it on like easy mode, so
that's how we managed
Oh.
to get Rising Star. Dolly Parton, 9 to 5. That's our song.
yeah.
That's our song. Smashed it.
That's the stuff. Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, that was earlier in the day. Then we went to the Atomium. What did you think of the Atomium?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Sweaty.
Sweaty.
It was pretty cool.
I
I,
think-
I still have the video of the. I gotta upload it of the of the how was it called? Like when when we're going through one of the beams. Yeah, the escalator that was has
yeah.
yeah.
disco Stargate Star Trek
Yeah.
whatever escalator.
Like
Yeah.
the balls, they're connected with like these tubes, and like in some of them there are like escalators to like bring people up.
But also just the regular stairs. So
Yeah.
So inside the Atomium was actually just kind of an homage to Belgian aerospace history.
Mm-hmm. Atomium gets used for various things at a time.
Also, that was
sometimes
just
people
that
think-
particular exhibition.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I see.
But the top is like the top ball is most of the time a restaurant, which it also was this time.
Yeah. And a beautiful view of
Mhm.
Brussels.
We did go to the bottom of the top ball. We had a very nice view.
We had a view of Little Europe, but we didn't have a chance to go to it.
Yeah. It's like a little park you go through with like a bunch of like miniature European buildings, like the Big Ben or the Eiffel Tower or whatever.
Imagine a mini mannequin piece. Like
It's
the
so
size of a fingernail.
small.
I mean,
Where's
there
it
is.
gone? I liked it. It was nice. It was yeah. The stuff inside wasn't as interesting as the actual building
The
itself.
structure itself, yeah.
I didn't really care much about Belgians' planes, if I'm being honest, or what their flight attendants wore.
I mean, it's sort of interesting, but like
I
not
like
really
the
too much.
seats. I like
Me
the
too.
seats of the old
Yes.
planes.
One of them was like a wicker seat.
I didn't see that.
Like, they were just like regular seats people put in a plane.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah. No
But I guess that
seatbelts.
was, the start of the aerospace industry. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure for you it's more interesting, seeing as
It
it's your
was
own country.
Also, it was very tied in with the Belgian monarchy, and I didn't even know that Belgium had a monarchy.
really,
Yeah.
I think I've
not-
heard of. I
God,
wasn't
70K.
quite sure, but I was decently sure, so to say.
Well, I'd
I knew
heard
the
of how
Netherlands.
I'd heard something
Sorry.
about the Belgian Congo, but I didn't realize that the monarchy still existed in the 1900s when it came to like when the
I mean, it still
airplanes were
exists
being
today.
developed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Any cute
what's
princesses?
your king called?
Philip.
That's boring.
Princesses.
They're always called Philip.
Are there
No,
any
they're
cute
not.
princesses?
Philip.
Asking for a friend. No, you should hook up with a princess.
Well,
because it's that
we
easy.
yesterday found out that that he's on Tinder now.
Yeah,
so
do you think she's on Tinder,
Eh?
princess?
That would be quite funny.
So after Atomium, we went
Food.
somewhere to to go eat. We also did
Wait,
a
what?
walk around. The
You wanted to go
city.
to like, yeah, that was quite nice actually. We wanted to go to like a frying place or whatever, but like right next door there was like this Wild West place,
Yeah,
and I
American
totally
food in Belgium.
felt like submerged in like the Kansas. Like-
Yeah, it was almost authentic. It was like a little over the top.
Nah, that's how it is.
Really,
You were there, you confirmed it.
I mean,
I know. I confirmed it was over the top, and you might find a restaurant like it, but it would be a restaurant deliberately.
I just see it as a
Anyway.
bonus. We had like 2 for 1. We got to experience Brussels and also a bit of the States.
Kansas.
Yeah, we had good food there.
The burgers were
yeah, it
decent.
was-
Yeah.
And the wait staff was awesome. They were so
Yeah,
accommodating.
It really
so,
was.
So considerate.
especially with me, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm that guy.
No.
That guy.
That guy.
But no, something must have happened that day in some parade or something, right? Or just something going on because they closed that big street.
Wasn't someone said it was a rollerblade parade or something? Wasn't it?
Wow.
I don't know.
Scott, wasn't it you who said that?
Maybe I remember seeing a sign about it, but I can't remember if that's what that was for.
It
was
ended up
very
being
nice.
really nice because we just like walked through one of the main central bits and massive
Mm-hmm.
road was
Yeah.
open, like a plaza almost. Just walk across.
Yeah,
and
it was pretty cool.
explore some of the shops. Lots of like anime, geeky, nerdy shops we found. There must have been
Oh
at least
yeah.
4.
Yeah, manga too. And then there was the gay bar.
And
I
the
feel like
gay
they were
bar.
more like comic shops, though. You know.
Right, but
And,
there's just a lot, I thought.
Ace
Yeah.
obviously went first into the gay bar.
No, we didn't go
I
into the
just-
gay bar.
No, only Aces went.
Yeah, I had to experience
Let's
it
just-
myself.
What was the name of that bar? I remember taking a photo of it because it was just so awesome. And then they had rainbow stripes on the crosswalks throughout the city.
Oh, they did. Yeah, that's
It was
right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look on Google Maps now because it will tell me. But yeah, that's what we did. We had to walk around, little look.
I imagine it being quite a weird experience for Red. Like, it's like going to another continent, to another country, another language, another culture, and just like eating the same food you eat at home.
No. Okay,
I mean,
so I found
I guess
it.
it wasn't
the
the
gay bar
same,
was called
like-
the Boys' Boudoir.
Oh, that's right.
La Boys Boudoir.
The Boys' Boudoir. And it had a little rainbow flag hanging above it.
Oh, that's right.
It was pretty cool.
We had a great time in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. You know,
It's not every day I
except
get
like
to-
creepy French guys that were like, "Oh, do you want to touch my baguette?"
We did not go into the gay bar. We're totally making this up. But I took a picture from my brother.
That was just me. Yeah, so we went back home, played some more Killer Bunnies, probably.
Probably.
That was like the default evening thing. All right, Killer Bunnies.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a bit addicted to it, so it's like, yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Friday. We're now on to Friday. Leuven. Why did we go to Leuven for?
Because
Well-
it's pretty.
You wanted to
And it
do
was.
like another touristy thing, right? I mean, I think we really like nailed it down to either Bruges or Leuven.
Mm-hmm.
Bruges
Leuven was the first place we looked at staying in an Airbnb when we thought we'd have a bigger group.
right.
Also, that's where Asus is going to be going to school.
So I knew it was going to be like a fun place. Everyone speaks Dutch. Just great. And it was.
Yeah.
It was.
And that was the day that Killer loaned me his
I
sunscreen.
I
Thank you.
enjoyed it there. We went to
You
like
kept it, right?
I did actually. Scott has it now.
Thief.
it was a very nice place.
Yes,
Yeah.
Leuven was lovely.
Very cute little
Very-
sort of town centre bit.
Town.
I liked it.
And they had the library with the tower. And
Yes.
The
What you guys
Oh.
didn't go into?
statue.
And that strange sculpture with the needle and the bug on it.
Yeah, there was a giant spike sticking out of the ground with a giant fly on it.
Which apparently
You
was
really-
what was it? It was a gift
From the university.
from the
to
university.
city.
Yeah.
But there was a phrase, I can't remember what the phrase was. It was like to represent the city or something. And I sort of thought that doesn't quite make sense. I'm not really sure how a bug on a needle represents.
Yeah.
It's a warning sign for the flies.
Scott,
Keep out.
I don't know whether you've seen it yet, but I've got just the best video of when we're all standing around the plaza, and I'm taking a Snapchat video, so it's 10 seconds
And you
long.
zoom in.
I zoom in and out, but it cuts out at the perfect moment because I'm doing this stupid zooming in and out, and you hear you in the background, and you just say, "What are you doing?" And it just stops. It just stops dead. I mean, it cuts you off. It's just the best timing. And
That's
it's
right,
like
yeah, because I saw you doing that Zoom thing. I was like, what is going on?
It's Scott going, "What are you doing?"
You also did it with Manicopus, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there were some funny
To
zoom-ins
document.
on Asus.
Were there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's some great pictures. But
I
no,
need to see these.
the town, not the town, the library was really good because Killer, myself, and Asus went up to the top.
Squeak.
Yeah, you really missed out on that, to be honest.
We sat... Go on.
It was an annoying walk up there, but it wasn't too bad because like every floor.
I really
had,
don't
like-
think it was annoying.
It was dangerous.
It was
No,
like Hogwarts.
I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it definitely the most out of us three.
You think so?
I love those places.
Yeah, so we
Love-
went up to the,
love
like, the
towers.
bell tower and got a nice panoramic view of Leuven, and
Mhm.
yeah, it was good. We stayed up for quite a while actually, just looking around and taking some pictures.
Drinking a Coke.
While we
Drinking a
sat
Coke.
and hid from the sun.
Oh, that's right. Didn't you take a sort of, like, advertising picture
Yeah.
of the Coke?
Yeah, that was about the cook.
Like he just like drank it like with his like beautiful hair, and
And-
he was just like,
There was, as you go up, there was all these different rooms with almost like a museum, like bits of information and pictures and videos, and it was really interesting. I had no clue that what some of the stuff that America did after the wars in terms of like foreign aid, like because they pretty much paid for that entire library after both wars, wasn't it? I think, or was it just the Second World War?
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, and so that's why they had loads of like busts and paintings of Herbert Hoover around the place. It's like, this is really weird. What's going on? Why is he
like
here?
Statues and stuff.
But yeah, it was a nice bit of history, and I really enjoyed
Hey,
that.
America's not so bad. We do nice
Exactly,
things.
exactly. We've got
It's
some
like
food.
America and Germany are like switching roles almost.
Well,
Yeah.
Not really. Not yet, at least, I think. I don't know.
So, and then in Leuven, there was really a lot of just walking about, pedestrianized areas. That entire center of that plaza with the needle and the bug was out in full sunlight, and nobody was standing there. Everybody was sitting on benches around the outside and under the shade.
it was hot.
But the strange thing was that restaurants were closed in the middle of the day.
Oh yeah,
They'd have lunch hours and dinner hours. So we were walking around looking for something open, and we had to wait like 15 minutes. And
yeah,
I mean,
you
to be
got
honest,
yourselves
like,
a curry. We've got some
It does
fries.
like kind of make sense to like be open at lunch and dinner times.
It does, but when you're used to it from a different country, like just
It's
stuff
like
being open all
on
afternoon.
demand, yeah. I introduced Killer to Thai yellow curry.
No, I think I had it once already,
Oh,
or
yeah?
maybe I definitely had some like some curry. So, but I wasn't like familiar with all the different types and what there is, and I definitely should because curry is one of the few things I can, or like generally like Indian.
Mhm.
Or is it Indian?
Oh,
Yeah.
it was Thai, but
Oh,
yeah, Indian
no.
too. Curry is
Yeah.
also Indian.
Okay, yeah, Indian food is I can eat it because it's mostly gluten free from like naturally
Yeah.
sourced.
And we spoke
So-
with the actual owner and chef in that restaurant, and he said he cooks all of his food authentically, and he's never in his life used. And it was nice.
I think what was the most interesting or like thing about this whole restaurant was that if you like when you walk into there and you can like really just like breathing, you can like really
You could taste the spices in the air.
the spices. Like we were just like the first 2 minutes we were just coughing there the whole time.
Yeah.
Asus and I got some nice greasy chips.
I introduced Mark to
Treats.
some really good fries.
Was it
Okay, so
Friedland?
Joe, how do they compare
Well, they were.
to English chips?
Oh, I don't know.
How do the
They were
Belgian
nice.
fries compare to the?
They were nice. You got a lot of them. I'll say that.
It's true, you did.
Got a lot of them.
For a small price?
I found the meat more interesting because I got a burger, and it
Mhm.
was like, I don't know, some weirdly spiced burger. I thought it was gonna be some bog standard, I don't know, beef burger thing, but no, it was nice as well.
Yeah, what those places do is they basically like also like they fry everything. You know, like the meat is also like designed to be fried.
But no,
If you can say that.
the frites were good. They were good. I don't know. I can't think back to like how they would have tasted differently, but I don't know.
My impression was they were good, but I prefer the English chips.
You hear that? Yeah.
And just because they were the English chips
Foreigners.
are they're softer and
Get out of this country.
Oh wait.
I'm not- yeah, I did.
Come back and then get out.
I think I had I had the same thought. Like they're nice, but you can't beat a good old English chip shop.
Sorry, Asus.
I guess it depends from person to person.
I think
Oh,
you need to visit
diplomatic.
England and make your own judgment on that score.
Come get some
I
fish and
guess
chips.
Just don't take it to the beach and eat it outdoors. You will lose
Nope.
it.
You will be mobbed.
And you'll eat a
Icicles.
fair bit of sand as well.
Well, that's it.
Or dirt. Or wait, not dirt. Shingle?
I think after our trip to
Stones.
Leuven, we had a little walk around the park, and then Scott drove us home. And
and that's when Aces got tickled and also got a hole in his pants.
oh, that was then. Okay.
He might have gotten
Someone
that
was
hole from
tickling
like
pretty hard.
jumping
Only
up
four.
from the ground so fast.
Oh yeah. I've got a picture on
You
the
guys were just like I just decided, lay down in the park for a bit. Suddenly, all these people come after me, trying to tickle me. Horrible.
You liked it.
No, got up and ran away as fast as possible.
Yeah, you did.
I decided that you had missed out on having siblings growing up. You never got teased or tickled or anything.
My cat and my dog counts.
No.
So that evening, since it was going to be our last proper evening, because the next day we were all leaving, we played some Super Fight.
Yep.
And then Raju went off for a nap, I think, or just to go to bed.
I don't remember why, but I took a very long bath.
Oh, okay. Whilst the rest of us watched Hot Fuzz.
You don't know why.
I had a headache, I think.
Yeah, you had a headache.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is I don't know why I wasn't feeling very social, but yeah.
Was a very British thing, I got the feeling.
What, Hot Fuzz?
Yeah.
It's a great film.
A little bit of snuggling going on,
I missed that.
No, not
really?
No, well, I don't know.
Also, the Super Fight was
So it wasn't
R-rated?
consensual, Joe?
I'd like to think so. You tell me, Killer.
I mean, you were asleep at one point.
Yeah, I did fall asleep a few times.
You were that relaxed.
Oh, also, I was laying on a white couch, and that white couch, oh my goodness, that was amazing.
Oh, what, the chair?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that-
like a one-person couch,
That
with like a chair.
chair. Oh man, that's a comfy chair.
Love
Ah,
seat. No.
Comfy chair.
Actually, love seat is for two, so it's a very comfy chair, yes.
And then that was it. Then it was Saturday, and Killer had to leave really early in the morning because he's a pleb.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Scott and I took him to the airport.
We woke
Very
up
nice.
bleary-eyed, gave our
All
goodbyes.
cried.
I was actually hoping
Yeah.
you would miss your planes, you would have to come back.
Yeah, me too.
Aww.
Oh, that's sweet.
I forgot to mention my biggest regret of the whole trip was Killer never let me braid his hair. Never. Not once.
I think I'm being too reduced to my
You feel like you're being objectified?
yeah.
I did actually try.
People only want my hair.
I tried
That's 'cause
and
it's
ended up
balls.
pulling his hair really hard because he pulled away.
Yeah, she
Oh.
kind of missed the part that it's connected to my body.
It's a
He
wig.
missed the part where it was being held in my hand. And I wasn't really selling it very well either. I was like, I miss my sisters. Please, can I braid your hair?
No.
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 Well,
Oh yeah.
you look really cool, like Milli Vanilli. No.
Yeah, let's not.
One day, Killer. One day.
But you got your flight. You made it.
He
Yeah, I
did.
did.
And we were sad to see him go.
I was sad to go too, but yeah.
And then Joe didn't oversleep this time.
No.
We went back and cleaned up the flat as well as we could, or the Airbnb.
Oh yeah,
We
thanks
had-
for that.
We'd run out of bin bags, which was awkward.
A little bit awkward. But we did well, I think. It was pretty clean. The
Yeah,
guy
it
was
alright.
happy. The host seemed happy with our stay. Then we had sort of a few hours to kill because my train back wasn't until 4 or 5 really. Your ferry back wasn't until 6ish, right?
8 p.m.
Oh wow.
But we had to be there for 6:30.
Oh right. So yeah, we had to check out at 11. We didn't.
Yeah.
I think it was like 12. But
Yeah.
we had a few hours. So we went to one of the nice parks in Brussels. What was it called? Parc du Saint.
Well, before we went
Saint-Continent?
there,
Saint-Continent.
it was actually right next door to the. Oh yeah, sorry.
Auto
I
World.
think that's technically
Auto
part
World.
of the park.
Auto World. Yeah.
Like the entire building is sort of incorporated within the park.
Well, 'cause we were
It was
looking on-
being utilized for.
We were looking on Google Maps. We were like, oh, we can have a
Yeah.
little walk around this park. That seems like a nice thing to do. Kill a little
And
bit
I
of
saw
time.
Auto World, and I was like, oh yeah, Scott's in.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, we'll do that as well. Why not? It's right next to it. And so basically, it's like a big car museum sort of thing. For
Mhm.
is it particular types of cars, or is it just all cars?
No, but they did have a Ferrari Dino exhibition going on.
Yes, they
oh
did.
yeah, they did. Yeah, so
There
That's
were
why
like
all the Ferraris.
for petrol heads, it was must have been very nice. I don't know much about cars, but I could appreciate a lot of them.
I was impressed with, there was this one room off the side of the main showroom that had coaches, like horse and carriage kind of coaches.
Oh yeah.
And it was just really
Real
awesome to
stuff.
see them, because these are things that you've seen maybe depicted in Disney cartoons or something, but
Really?
to see them in real life was awesome.
And I actually realized that occasionally they are that elaborate.
Yeah. So I took a panoramic of that, and people on Facebook were very impressed.
They had cars going
were.
like from like the very first sort of cars to Ferraris.
Yeah.
By the late 1800s.
Yeah.
During the war, all sorts. It was, even for me, like I say, I don't know much about cars, don't have a massive interest. I found it quite interesting.
Yeah,
And they had
was.
some old ambulance and fire trucks,
Yeah, like a very old like fire truck.
police.
And we chose
Sorry.
not to get the audio tour guide, but then Scott was pretty much our tour guide for some of them, right?
Oh,
He was giving like little bits and pieces of info here and there.
it was pretty much, I want this car. I want this one. I want this one. I want all
And
of
this one
them.
was
Actually,
in,
no, that
this
one.
one
No,
was
no,
in
wait,
Bad
that
Boys.
Yeah.
And it's just like go off the things, still being like, how do you say this?
The gift shop was rather disappointing because it was expensive. It was like
They
all
always
collectors.
are. Every car place like that, it's basically that, and this is a problem I have, right? With any kind of like this, like a car museum.
I didn't
They
find that.
think that. Gone.
I didn't find that to be the case at Brooklands. I bought a couple of things
It's
at
a little bit
Brooklands.
different because the Brooklands Museum is an aviation museum
Okay.
as well as a car museum because Brooklands was an airfield. But like what I find usually is a car museum, they think that the gift shop is literally just model cars,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they're priced really high as well.
Mhm. Like over
And I-
€100.
Yeah, well, I saw 4-digit ones.
Really?
Yeah. And I like cars. I like car models, but not that much.
So then we walked into the park next door because we had a very convenient parking space right by that Auto World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had a little walk
And
around the
there was
park, got some food for a
Something
picnic.
going on. I can't remember.
There was some sort of festival going on.
Oh, it was like
and
a food market, right?
live music.
Yes.
Oh, also, we have to mention we were all crying because we missed Killer.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yes, of course.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, yes, in between tears and sniffles.
We would just like sit in the park on the bench,
Yeah.
being like, why did Killer leave us?
Aw.
We went to a little.
Mhm.
Was it Carrefour Express?
Mhm.
Yeah, we went to a little Carrefour Express, got some,
And
you
got
know,
some
quick-
sandwiches. I was bold and I got
Food in general.
bread, meat, and cheese, and then made our own sandwiches.
Damn, son.
What is very nice, like Italian sandwich with like olive oil and like what's it called, basilicum,
I have no
and
clue.
like tomatoes and mozzarella. And
I had a chocolate bar, a packet of crisps, and a fizzy drink.
I feel like that's a
Bachelor
very
chow.
British, like snack lunch kind of.
Yeah, very exotic.
All it needs is chips from the chip shop.
What's the chips?
So just
Well, I
kinda
mean, you
sat
had
there.
chips.
The pigeons were very just alarming because they'd walk really close by and walking on the leaves behind us, they sounded like they were much bigger than they were. I kept expecting someone to be sneaking up or about to jump us. It was just pigeons.
They really didn't give a fuck.
No.
Courageous pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that
we
was
sort
kind
sat-
of the end of it then, wasn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we. sat
Yeah,
out for a while.
we went to the
Took
train
them to the
station.
station, kicked them out of my car,
Mm-hmm.
said, "Sod off! I gotta go catch a boat," and that was it.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
also noted how nasty the area around that train station is.
Oh my gosh,
The
the
first
train
thing you
station
see-
smelled like
Yeah, that's
Pee.
probably like one of the
It's
worst.
the worst sight
It
you can
smelled
see.
as well.
Oh,
I mean,
so
it
bad.
wasn't. I feel like you guys had like the worst. Like, I feel like when we left, it wasn't like that bad, right?
So when we left, as in when we got there, or
No, as in like
on the Wait, the 8th, Saturday the 8th, when we were all leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When we left.
I
It
can't
wasn't
really
that
remember.
bad. It was.
Like, I really didn't experience like that bad of a smell. I mean, the area that around here just like looks like shit. Probably one of the worst places to visit in Brussels.
If you walk into that station like we did when we were trying to find where Joe's platform was at first, it smelled.
So
Sorry,
bad.
that was me.
I assume someone.
Yeah, said
Yeah.
goodbye. It's very sad.
Yeah.
I
And we
found-
all went our separate ways home.
We did. I had to go to the
Yeah.
smelly, miserable Eurostar lounge bit. I was just sat there and I was like, this sucks.
I went to another bit of distance with Joe to like the Eurostar place, and then we split up as well. And I went to my train station.
We drove to Dunkirk, and on the way we stopped to get coffee for Scott, and it was the most shit coffee machine ever.
Yeah, tried to take my money like 4 times and then just did nothing.
And then
So-
it's when we asked for money back, it spat it out in like 50-cent
Yeah.
pieces.
You know, like
And we got the ferry back. It was right.
The ending sucked. It was the worst part.
Yeah.
Like I was like sitting on the train back home, right? And like the train also goes back through Leuven. And while I was in the station, and like while the train was driving, we're just like looking outside of the window, like looking at the library tower. I'm like, oh,
we were
man.
there.
Crying.
Yeah, that was it really.
I haven't stopped crying since.
It was very.
I'm crying right now. No, it was
It
great.
was
Fancy.
truly- I'm so glad that we met up.
I'm so
it
glad
was
it
a
worked out. And
very good experience.
Yeah. I wish Naxer could have been there.
I don't.
no one got killed. No one got
that's not true.
mugged. No one
No
got.
one was a serial
attacked.
killer.
It was
But
all
there's
So
also
now
fine.
I'm going back to being muted.
Oh,
serial
Oh.
bunny killer, maybe.
yeah, that's true.
What are other things?
That's
So,
racist.
impressions of meeting everyone. I had met Joe once before,
Mhm.
but I hadn't ever spent that much time with you.
I'm
He
sorry.
was nice.
Oh,
What? No, don't be sorry. You're lovely.
Yeah, we're all nice people.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
knew what
that's cool.
everyone looked like, except the guy named Killer.
Yeah.
well, one of the things that every time, like, I don't know, I go up to go have a shower or just go like have a wash or brush my teeth or something, I'd be like in front of the mirror and I'd be thinking, this is really weird, like where I am right now. Like just thinking about the situation. Like there's all these people downstairs that are from across the world that I've met playing Minecraft. This is really,
Yeah.
really weird. So I'd make an effort, be like, right, I'm gonna go downstairs and just really think about how weird this situation is and take it all in.
Yeah.
Not only is it weird, but it's also an interesting kind of sign of where I guess technology has come, right? Because a few years ago, and I think your parents mentioned this, Asus.
Mhm.
A few years ago, if you said to your parents, or if you said to anyone, there's a bunch of people that I met online, and they all want to meet up in a different country, and we're all going to share a house for a week. Everybody would go, no, that's a really, really, really bad idea. Don't ever do that. No, you're not going,
Mhm.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
But now it's like I think just technology and
Just
like
ways.
gaming and even things like this where we can all sit and talk together in
Totally.
real time. It changed the way that all works. I don't think it's such a big deal anymore to go and meet a bunch of people from the internet.
Yeah.
Well, but
As
you
weird as
also
that
have to
sounds.
say we partially know each other for like 5 years or something ridiculous. So
Right, but
Yeah.
but even a few years ago, if you'd have said that to someone, they'd have said, "Yeah, but you haven't met them. You don't know them. What
They're
if they're
catfishing
X,
you."
Y, Z?" Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's when you really think about it, it's kind of surprising.
I think
that-
if I would have asked like my grandma or like asked my parents, should I go there or something, they would have said no. But I just
Right.
went there and said like, yeah, I'm gonna go there. So
Mm.
like, oh, okay.
I think there's
Apparently that's how it's going right now.
Mhm.
The difference is in how we met, though. Like, if you're talking about having met online, specifically in a dating world, that's when you've got to be more cautious. Because,
But again,
we
not
didn't-
so much anymore
What do
with
you
your
mean?
Tinders and your
well,
whatever.
like, if you were to meet someone online, and like develop a relationship with them, but you both were in a chat or a platform specifically to find a relationship, it's a lot easier for them to manipulate you and catfish and etc.
Which I think is where that fear comes from, isn't it?
Yeah, but we came together because of a mutual enjoyment of Minecraft and then other games, and it's just we're people. We didn't get. No one joins the JFS specifically looking to catfish.
No, I think we just never expected that we would ever meet up.
Yeah.
I guess you could say, and
also a good experience. Sorry.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I think one of the most telling things is I was telling my friend last week we played some tennis, and he said, oh, how was your trip to Brussels? Because I said I'd went, and he said, who did you go with? And I said, well, it might sound a bit weird, but I went with friends from the internet. And I was expecting him to sort of go, what? But actually he was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And yeah, I agree with Scott. I think it's something that's only going to become more and more.
Yeah, it's kind of a
accepted?
testament.
Yeah, I don't know.
To how
world is
interconnected the world is
smaller.
becoming.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
best
so
way.
next meetup, when, where?
Oh, actually, I guess one thing I can add to the whole going back home, because I arrived at the city where G20 was, like the big meetup of all the world leaders. So, and like I got there to the airport and I was like, okay, actually here's nothing. And then I got to the like main train station, and I'm just getting out of the train. I'm like, okay, there is nothing here. No, I'm like going out. There's like 20 policemen like looking at you, and I'm like, okay, maybe there is something here.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not doing anything. And like at some crazy point also, they just like I was like waiting for my train, and suddenly there's like two like groups of policemen, like maybe like 20 to 30 people or something, just rushing by, like they had some kind of commander to go somewhere or something.
Uh-oh.
So it was like, okay.
There had been, I think, a bombing at the train station within the month before.
Yeah.
Well, it was like a week, like
Okay.
before it went, but like it wasn't.
It wasn't successful, right? It was stopped.
Yeah, indeed. It was just a guy who was like, I like, and then he just got shot.
Oh.
And I mean,
And I had
nothing
people
happened,
question.
really.
I had people question whether I still felt safe to go there, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, they're going to have even more security than normal, and they're going to have people that are maybe staying away because of being nervous. So yeah, let's go.
I think for me that would have been.
I think it is more unsafe, actually, to be honest. But
more unsafe.
Yeah, because like you can do as much security as you want to. In the end, you can't prevent such a thing. It's as simple as, or I guess you can, but it's very unlikely that you can prevent it. And
I mean, hey, you prevented it.
yeah, once, but
At
you
least
can't
once.
always prevent it, at least.
Yeah, very
And
true.
I just think it's a risk to take. I think nowadays it's a risk you have to take, and
I think
it's
it's a small
something
risk,
that,
though, you know?
that we're, I guess, kind of used to at some point.
I think as well, if you start thinking about that and avoiding doing things because of that, then they've won.
Yeah. That's exactly what they want you to think and feel like.
Right.
And I think it would have been a different matter. Like I was in regards to like people saying, "Oh, you sure you want to do that? You want to go there because there was recent bombs and stuff like that." Even like here in England, the past few months have been awful for London and Manchester who had terrorist attacks. So it's like, well, we're no safer here than we are over there. What's the difference?
Right. And if you say to someone,
the language,
I'm going into London, no one questions it.
Right.
So why should they question another? It's just because for us, it's another country.
Yeah, it's just the fear of the unknown.
I guess for you, Muck and Scott, it's probably safer to go to Belgium than to stay in London.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, we've talked long enough now. We've talked well over an hour and a half. We should probably wrap this up.
No.
If anybody's listening, thank you for staying on.
Yeah, really.
Final thoughts for the trip then.
Awesome. Let's do it again.
Yes,
I
let's
miss
do it
all of
again.
you. Please
Next
come
time.
visit me in Kansas.
Next time, rental car.
Next time,
Big rental car.
big rental car.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I'm
had
jealous.
I had
The weird
post-con
paint.
blues for a long time, so I got to
Yeah.
prepare for that again. I think. Yeah, but yeah, it'll be good to do another one. Don't know where, don't know when, but
Honorable mention: the Costa Boda painting.
the what?
Costa Boda painting.
Oh, the salty tolerance
Exactly.
V2. Yeah.
It's not a salty tolerance, but it's
It'll do.
It's better.
Every Airbnb we've stayed in has had a really weird painting, so we've got to keep it up for the next one. So do you have a weird painting? Good, we're there.
Imagine at some
It's
point there's gonna
tradition.
be like a thing you can activate, like in B&B, like how many rooms has a weird painting.
Where's the filter? Damn it!
Yeah.
All right, okay. Thank you all very much for listening. If you have, I will be hosting again for the next Meetup podcast, so maybe in like 2 years' time.
Hope not. But
Prob-
No, I hope not, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right, bye-bye.
worst case scenario.
Bye.
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 Have a good time.